They kicked off their UK visit with an action-packed first day that saw them darting between Buckingham Palace, Clarence House and Parliament, topped off with a glittering banquet. And the Spanish royals continued their tour on Thursday, as they joined Prince Harry on a visit to Westminster Abbey, marking the 32-year-old's first official role in a state visit. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia laid a wreath at the grave of the unknown warrior today, while prayers were said by the Dean John Hall, before being taken on a short tour which was live-streamed on the Abbey's Facebook page. Flanked by clergymen, Letizia, who stunned in a show-stopping red gown at last night's banquet, wore a more pared-back ensemble today consisting of a blue silk blouse and embroidered A-line skirt from Carolina Herrera. During their visit today they also viewed the tomb of Eleanor of Castile, the Spanish princess who married England's Edward I in the 13th century, and a distant ancestor of the Felipe. The king had an early start this morning, attending a UK-Spain business forum at Mansion House with the Duke of York, and later he met Theresa May at number 10 Downing Street along with his wife. This week's visit is seen as an important step in securing relations with Spain, as the UK leaves the EU, the last incoming state visit by a Spanish king, Felipe's father Juan Carlos I, was 31 years ago in 1986. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia's trip had been postponed twice, firstly because of a political crisis in Spain in March 2016, and then again when the rescheduled date clashed with June's snap general election. Yesterday, the couple were formally greeted by the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh on Horse Guards Parade, marking the beginning of Philip's last state visit before he retires from public duties in the autumn. The couple, parents to 11-year-old Leonor, Princess of Asturias, and 10-year-old Infanta Sofia of Spain, then enjoyed a private lunch with the royal family at Buckingham Palace. During the lunchtime reception, Felipe VI became what is known as a Stranger Knight, or Extra Knight Companion, of the prestigious Order of the Garter. Buckingham Palace said the last foreign royal to be invested as a Knight of the Garter was King Harald V of Norway in 2001. The decision demonstrates the cordial nature of the royals' relations with their Spanish counterparts. In the afternoon, the Spanish couple, who wed in Madrid 2004, viewed the palace's royal collection, met the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall for tea at nearby Clarence House. Last night, the royal couple met Prince Harry and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge when they were feted with the grand state banquet in the ballroom at Buckingham Palace. Their tour continues today with Felipe's visit to Mansion House and their joint trip to Westminster Abbey. Security was tight for yesterday's ceremonial welcome and carriage procession, marking the start of the first state visit to take place since the recent terror attacks in Manchester and London. The mall was decked out in Spanish flags ahead of the visit, and gun salutes were fired from Green Park and the Tower of London to welcome the King and Queen of Spain. Afterwards, the King and Queen visited the Palace of Westminster, where they were welcomed by the Speaker of the House of Commons and the Lord Speaker. The King delivered an address in the Royal Gallery to parliamentarians and other guests, followed by the banquet where they dined with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry. William and Harry have a shared history with the King. As youngsters, they holidayed with Felipe, his father King Juan Carlos, and their family in Mallorca several times throughout the 1980s. Felipe and Letizia were also guests at the Duke and Duchess's wedding in 2011. The Cambridges are already viewed as the royal family's unofficial Brexit ambassadors, and are setting off on another diplomacy tour next week, heading to Germany and Poland for 5 days, with their children Prince George and Princess Charlotte in tow.